Today I will be performing the drop the ball lab experiment. So before I do anything, I'm just going to sanitize my hands just to make sure that any germs or viruses that are on my hands don't get on the lab equipment. So the purpose of this lab is to understand the difference between accuracy and precision. So remember, accuracy is how close are those values to the accepted value. And precision is how close are all my trials, how close is all that data to each other, how close are they to each other. So what we're going to do is you're going to write a detailed list of your procedures to find the time it takes to drop a ball from 1.25 meters. So that's about the height of the belly button, indicating how you perform the experiment to include how many times you will drop the ball. Provide a clearly labeled and well-organized data table with title and units. So at each table, all you're going to have is a ball, and you're going to drop it from the height of about a belly button. And your partner is going to time how long it takes for that ball to fall. So you get to decide, well, how many times are you going to run that trial? You can run it 5 times, you can run it 10 times. Now remember, averaging reduces one of those kinds of errors. So I ran it 5 times with another teacher, and I was timing how long it took that teacher to drop that ball. So the results I got were for trial 1, 0.83 seconds. And for trial 2, I got 0.37 seconds. For trial 3, I got 0.62 seconds. For trial 4, I got 0.41 seconds. And for trial 5, I got 0.75 seconds. And if you average those together, that is 0.60 seconds. Now, the conclusion questions. Well, identify any random or systematic errors that arose in this experiment. An explanation on how you attempted to mitigate or limit the effects of these errors. So, random errors are errors that occur from not being able to perform the experiment the same way. So I had this teacher drop the ball from about belly button height, right? So that's not really that accurate. If you're trying to get it from 1.25 meters, one thing that you could do to reduce that error is drop it from 1.25 meters, get a meter stick out or 2 meter stick so you can measure that. That would actually increase your precision and accuracy because you get closer to that accepted value. One thing you could do, which we talk about in class, is a lethal weapon 2 method, which is where you need to decide, well, 1, 2, 3, go, or go on 3, 1, 2, 3, and then drop it. Because when that ball drops, you want to start that timer, and then you want to stop that timer as soon as it hits the ground. Now, the accepted value for an object to drop from 1.25 meters is 0.51 seconds. So I was at 0.60 seconds. So I wasn't as accurate as I could be, but I could increase the accuracy by dropping it from the exactly 1.25 meters, because I can't measure that out. I can get about where 1.25 meters is, but this would get me there. That would increase my accuracy. Now, what would increase my accuracy and precision if I had a photo gate? So a photo gate is a device that if I drop an object, once it cuts this light beam, it's going to start a timer. And once that object falls through that light beam down at the bottom, it's going to it's going to stop the timer. So that was one way that I increased my accuracy and precision. Those results were really close to each other, and it's close to the accepted value. Now, I did have a systematic error because one thing I did was I didn't measure it exactly about 1.25 meters. My results were a little bit lower, but I could reduce that by going back and remeasuring it. Another form of random error is that I was dropping it myself by hand. So maybe sometimes it was a little bit above the light, maybe sometimes it was closer to the light, and that did affect the results. If I wanted to get even more precise, what I would have to do is maybe set up a contraption up here with a magnet that would drop it from the exact same height every single time. That way I can reduce some of that random error, being able to perform that experiment the same way. So this has been the Drop the Ball Lab experiment. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to re-sanitize my hands just in case any of the germs or viruses are left over from the lab equipment.